Angelo always does whatever he wants to do. And so when he wakes up and he feels a little bit hard, he just says, fuck this, I'm about to just... When it's time to go to the gym, Angelo doesn't even go because he didn't feel like it today. What the... Angelo, wake up. If only he knew that he has more power than he thinks. Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius knew that life was difficult, but he also knew that our own thoughts make life harder than it has to be. Aurelius noted, external things are not the problem, it's your assessment of them, which you can erase right now. If the problem is something in your own character, who's stopping you from setting your mind straight? I remember a few days ago, I had smoked some weed, and it was about a week ago. I was lying down on my floor, on top of my foam roller. I was literally just lying on the floor, looking at my room, and thinking, is this the kind of life that I want? Here I am in this room. The room doesn't even feel like a home because I haven't taken as good care of it as I should. And then I remembered something. Get your own house in order before you try to take care of anything else. But then, as I was sitting there, another insight came to me. And I had a paradigm shift. I realized this. The events in life don't affect us, not nearly as much as our response to them. And after I had that realization, I realized that I was causing myself pain. You are the primary source of your own pain. You're the reason why you feel anguish. You're the reason why you feel uncomfortable. And so what do? You just act on it. And then you make yourself feel worse. It's a cycle. Don't you see? I remember I used to try to do everything in my power to stop myself from fapping, bro. I put fucking blockers on my phone. I was like, block this website, deleted Instagram. I did it all. And I realized that I was attacking the symptom, but I wasn't attacking the problem. And what's the problem? The problem is that you think it's okay to jack off. Why do you think that? Because society told you that it's fine. They told you men should do this and it's socially acceptable. So it's not really something that you came up with on your own. You're not this evil person that just decided that you're gonna jack off whenever you feel like it. Society just said it's okay. And so you said, well, if nobody's judging me for it. But imagine if there was shame associated with it from other people. Imagine if other people could see you. Imagine if you could project outside of your body and look at yourself while you're doing it, as if you're watching somebody in a TV show. How would you look at that person? Would you look at them and think that's cool? Or would you look at them and think, what are they doing? So, I totally understand why you might feel this way. And here's the thing. Young men are literally sick and tired of feeling this way. Because nobody likes the feelings of shame and guilt that's associated with jacking off. And yet here we are, still doing it. You have to ask yourself why you're doing it. Because for the longest time, I was doing it too. And it wasn't until I really self-reflected and asked myself, what am I getting out of this? What are you getting out of it? You need to change your mindset and recognize that one, this is going to take time. It's going to take time for you to undo the programming that you have of every time I feel horny, I'm just going to fap. Because that's essentially what's happening right now. You just feel it and then you do it, not recognizing that you have a freedom. Because between stimulus and response lies our greatest power. It's your freedom to choose. And you've let go of that freedom. So it's kind of your own fault that you feel this way. Because you have the freedom to choose and you choose wrong. Most people only change when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. Most people will only change when it's so hard to be in the same situation that they might as well change something. So brace yourself for battle, bro. Because it took me 2 years to fight and beat this. Are you ready to fight for that long? Most young men, we're not out there going into war, going into battle. Are you ready to fight for a cause for 2 years, potentially? And here, listen, you could get there faster if you listen to the right advice and you implement it. But most people don't implement it. Are you going to be the type of person that just watches a bunch of videos and mentally masturbates to the fact that they think they're getting something out of it by watching a bunch of NoFap videos? And the reality is they're not taking any action? So you get to decide what kind of person you're going to be. But here's the thing. It's the best feeling knowing that you can resist this desire, knowing that you have control over yourself. Imagine what that's like. Imagine in your mind, because this happens to me now. In your mind, it's going to tell you, you know what, you should jack off right now. You'd get some pleasure from it. The last time this happened to me, you know what I did? I laid out my yoga mat like I was going to get ready to do it. And then as I almost did it, I said, you know what, let me do some push-ups. I did 30 push-ups. Guess what? I felt better. And I said, you know what? I told myself earlier today I was going to go for a walk. Let me take that walk right now. By the time I was done with my walk, do you think I still wanted to fap? Imagine what that's like, though. Imagine feeling like you should fap, but then you have control now. Imagine feeling like you're above this, because you will get to that point. It's a matter of time and consistent effort. You have to keep trying to resist desire. Forget NoFap. Get on to fap less. Do it less over time. If you're doing it 2 times a day, your goal should be to do it once a day. If you're doing it once every day, your goal should be to skip and do it every other day. But you have to develop some kind of system where you're doing it less over time. And so, you know what you need to do, because you know that when you do this, you don't feel good. And afterwards, you feel shame. And so you need to change your action and break out of that pattern. And here's the practical advice. In order to be able to stop something, you need to give yourself ideas on what you can do instead. You need to try substitution therapy instead of just trying to eliminate it. So here's what I did. Mindstorming. You take a piece of paper out, or you take your phone out and you write down 20 ideas. How can I stop masturbating? That's the question you write at the top. And you write down 20 things. It's going to be hard. The first 5, 10 answers are going to be pretty easy. The next 5 are going to be even harder. The last 5 are going to be incredibly difficult. You're just going to be sitting there wondering what else you can do. But I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. Because now you have ideas on how to fix this for yourself. You need to think for yourself. So never forget that between the stimulus and the response is your freedom, and your freedom is choice. You can choose. So if you got value from this, bro, make sure you subscribe. I post 3 times a week, and it's a win-win for both of us. So I hope this helped you. If it helped you, leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. And resist desire, bro. You know you can do it. Peace.